Good morning.
Good morning.
What a privilege it is and an honor to have so many of my best friends that are here. There's so many and too many to name, but I'm really truly honored that you're all here. Some of you have been friends for 20 years, some of you have been friends for 13 years, some for just a few, but really enjoy that you're here. And also I'm really honored to have my mom and my dad here. Without their influence in my life and without their commitment to one another, I'm sure we would not be here today, and I certainly would not be the man that I am. So thank you, Mom and Dad. In 1998, my best friend and wife, Macy, and I moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. And like many of you, we were excited to start our life together, and we were excited to be a part of this community. We purchased our first home at the corner of State and Maple Crest on the Lakes of Buckingham, and we started life. And 12 years later, we have 4 children, each of them born in this city: Lawson, Quinn, Ryland, and Jones. And we have really appreciated the opportunities that this community has afforded our family. And really, we've also appreciated many of our best friends are people from right here. And we've grown up together and we live life together. And it's been a lot of fun. And it's because of the love of the people of this community and this community that I love that I've been spurred to action. We're at the heart of the city, and we chose this place to do this for a couple of reasons. First, I'm a history buff, and this is really close to where we historically lived and worked and where the city really began and sprung up. So that's a lot of fun for me. But second, we're here at the GOP headquarters because I believe, like many of you do, that the future of this city demands that our next mayor be a Republican mayor.
Amen.
But I don't think it can be any Republican mayor. I think it needs to be a mayor that brings fiscal stewardship, excitement, transparency, and innovation to City Hall. Over the last 6 months, I've had the real privilege of meeting with over 200 individuals in private meetings where we were able to discuss the city and what they thought of the city. And I was able to listen to them and able to hear what they had to say. And I asked questions like, what do you like about Fort Wayne? And what are the things you'd like to see improved? And what would you do if you were the mayor for 4 years? And I gotta tell you, that was a real honor and a real joy for me to do that. That will be an experience I'll never forget. And the thing that I really walked away with and was amazed by is how many of those people absolutely love to live in this city. And it wasn't that I wasn't expecting that they wouldn't love to live here, but I was just amazed at the total number and the sheer number of people that love to live here. But I also heard things like, man, we just love it here, but we just need to have some change. We need to have some positive change in our community. And another thing that was closely aligned to that is I would hear things like, we love Fort Wayne, we think it has so much potential, but it's not reaching its full potential yet. It's not a city that's arrived, it's kind of in neutral. And so I really sensed a desire for people to want to see Fort Wayne reach its full potential. See, historically, Fort Wayne has been a city of innovation and entrepreneurship. If you really look at our history, we have started businesses and produced products that have been used by Americans all over this country, and in some cases worldwide. And that has been our history. Yet today, in spite of those many strengths, Fort Wayne is too often referred to as a Rust Belt city, as a city whose past is its best, and a city whose opportunity is leaving. But I do not believe that this has to be our destiny. With strong leadership and a bold plan for reform and improvement that engages our entire community, I believe Fort Wayne can and will experience an economic renaissance. So today, I announce my candidacy for mayor of Fort Wayne. And I do so with an unbending desire to see Fort Wayne reach its full potential. And as such, and to that end, I want to offer a bold vision for our city's future. And over the next 120 days, as I campaign and go around the community and engage with the community, we will be talking about 3 themes. First, jobs, local wages, and innovation. Fort Wayne has had a tremendous amount of economic strengths in this city. We have strengths in healthcare, finance, defense, logistics, and life sciences. We also have the strength to be in the crossroads of America, and I believe that we need to leverage those strengths to make sure that we attract high-paying jobs. In addition to that, we want to have a plan to attract and cluster as many as 1,000 entrepreneurs to Fort Wayne, Indiana. We want to attract the businesses that they start. We want to attract the number of people that they employ. We also want to attract their average wage. Entrepreneurship and new businesses is at the lifeblood of our economic future, and we need to attract more back here. This is with the goal of increasing our average wage in Fort Wayne. What we've seen is a 15-year trend of wages decreasing, and I believe that we can make significant advances to get that back to the national average and beyond over the next few years. Now, to do these initiatives, I think it will not only require me to be a mayor that's the chief executive officer, but it will also require me to be a mayor that's a chief marketing officer. We have to market the strengths of this city, not just regionally, but nationally and beyond. Now, the second theme you'll hear me talk about is the importance to improve quality of life for young entrepreneurs and for long-term businesses to be attracted to stay here and come here. And to do this, we have a plan to work with our private equity people within this community, as well as our banks, to complete $100 million of new projects across this city in the next 4 years. These projects are kind of exciting, and this plan is exciting because it will require no new taxes and no expenditure of taxpayer dollars. Yet it will create jobs in this community, and it will also increase our tax base and eventually improve our quality of life as we complete them. By properly leveraging the light lease fund money, we can complete projects that will really improve our quality of life in Fort Wayne. In addition to that, I also believe that you do not have the best workforce for long if you do not have the best education possible. So I intend to work with our K through 12 leaders and our legislative team to make sure that we are offering the children of Fort Wayne the best education possible. And then finally, I believe in creating an environment with our civic leaders that will enhance the health of our families, both in physically, emotionally, and relationally. Because I philosophically believe there's a direct connection between family health and economic development. Businesses know that when they have happy, healthy families, they get a better workforce. And when they get a better workforce, they get better productivity, and they make more money, and that attracts them here. And so for us to be a credible force in the economic system to come, we need to have healthy families. The third theme you'll hear me talk about is the importance of making government work again. This kind of things cannot be done without innovation and leadership in government. So we have a plan to streamline processes and to improve customer service in City Hall. In talking with the over 200 people, many of them were business people, it was clear over and over again in separate meetings that they felt it was just too hard to get things done in the city. And that has to change. In addition to that, what I intend to do in our administration is the first day in office, we're going to declare Fort Wayne open for business. And I think we can all agree to this, that city and county need to work together with one unified goal, to make Fort Wayne a city of opportunity again by removing excessive government regulation. But I think these kind of themes require a new kind of leadership. It requires that we expect more from our city leaders and our mayor than we ever have. And as such, I want you to expect more from me. We will have a key objective that Fort Wayne be seen as one of the best cities in the Midwest. Yeah. And I think the way you know that is when people fly here to ask us what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. And that's how we're going to measure that success. It's not going to be, some magazine that tells us we're that way. It's going to be when people come and find out what we're doing here. That's how we know. And I believe it's possible because of this. I believe in that we have the people talent, I believe that we have the location, and I believe that we have the physical assets if we work together. And I also believe, like many of you in my conversations, that Fort Wayne's best days are yet to come. So I ask you to join me. I ask you to join the team. As we roll out the plan over the next few months, I ask you to review it, to challenge it, to improve it, but ultimately, I ask you to help me implement it. Because together, and only together, can we reach our full potential. So I'm Eric Doden, and I want to be your mayor. Are there any questions? Don't all talk at once. Well, if there are no questions, I really appreciate all of you coming. Thank you. Thank you for your support, and have a great day.
Thank you.